first round pick. First class ticket, we can go round trip. Started underground and the crown still fit. Crown still fit. Best in the league, I'm the first round pick. They don't gotta ask cause they know I'm him. Started underground and the crown still fit, right? Crown still fit. Look, moving around, they tell me to stop. Nah, king of the throne, I'm taking the top spot. Bubbling up, I'm ready to pop off. Let me paint a picture for you, I'm feeling like Bob Ross. Look at head on, I never ran from it. Hammer all these MCs, nobody can touch it. Flying out the family, tripping in Nantucket. I feel like Stan Lee, cause when I show up the fans love it. Let's go.
Look, this is not a cameo, popping like a can of Coke. Sending me a beat to send one back and with a ransom note. Young, rich, and handsome, no. Feel like Indiana Jones. Made enough this month that I could probably buy my family home.
Best in the league, I'm the first round pick. First class ticket, we can go round trip. Started underground and the crown still fit. Crown still fit. Best in the league, I'm the first round pick. They don't gotta ask cause they know I'm him. Started underground and the crown still fit. Crown still fit.
Hey yo, the crown still fit and the fit go crazy. Yeah, you working with a Leo, I'm the new Scorsese. I'm a gift to this world like a newborn baby. I don't mean to be so rude, but that's what New York made me. It's the Prince of Manhattan, been rapping since 9/7.
Wait, Prince of the internet did it since pandemic. Look, all the compliments given were backhanded.
All my haters wheelchair Jimmys, they can't stand it.
Go and take a seat, please. Check the IMDb. Still be cashing checks from all the times I've been on TV. Yes, I got the receipts. Did it since a preteen. Still working with the family, cause that's a dream team. Best in the league, I'm the first round pick. First class ticket, we can go round trip. Started underground and the crown still fit. Crown still fit. Best in the league, I'm the first round pick. They don't gotta ask cause they know I'm him. Started underground and the crown still fit. Crown still fit.
Hit me. That's such a great ad-lib.
I used to say when I grow up I make the NBA, make $1 million, or maybe be an astronaut. That was all a little harder than I thought. I'd have my name up in the stars, the fancy clothes, the flashy cars, but that was back a couple dreams ago. Reality ain't quite like the TV shows. And if I could go back to when my teachers asked what I wanna be one day, when I grow up I'd say I just wanna be happy, make a little living that'll last me. Couple rugrats in the backseat, is that too much to ask? I don't need the models and the money, just a girl that really, really loves me. Take her back home to Kentucky, I'd be lucky if that's all I had. I just wanna be happy, 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 ooh. I just wanna be happy, 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 ooh. And what's the point in being the best when everybody that I used to idolize is depressed? No need to go flex and move out to the west and buy a mansion that I can't afford and end up in debt, yeah. And if I could go back to when my teachers asked what I wanna be one day, when I grow up I'd say I just wanna be happy, make a little living that'll last me. Couple rugrats in the backseat, is that too much to ask? I don't need the models and the money, just a girl that really, really loves me. Take her back home to Kentucky, I'd be lucky if that's all I had. I just wanna be.
Absolutely love that song. Top 5 song for me, honestly. The message is fantastic. What up? I hope you all are happy tonight. We got a game on our hands. Let me know if the mic's good. We got a game on our hands. Last night's game was awesome. I went to Penn State. I went to Penn State branches. I went to Penn State Altoona and Hazleton, but I was to Penn State many times. Never been a big college fan, as you know, but and not a big Penn State fan. I'm not. But I've never been to many games. Not a huge college football fan. I was rooting for them last night. Wasn't hurt that they lost, but they deserved to lose the way they lost that game. I mean, pure stupidity. You know what I mean? Keep plays safe, keep the ball on the ground, get in the field goal range, if not going to overtime. You're winning that game. Like, you're winning that game in overtime. You're not losing that game in overtime the way they were playing. It's Franklin doing Franklin things, you know? I said the Penn State Nittany Lions are the Pittsburgh Steelers. They always do just enough to be in the conversation, And they bet the first, and the coach can't get fired because he does just enough to not lose. He's just above that win-loss record, and they get into the shows and they get into the Bulls, and then they never go anywhere. It is literally the Pittsburgh Steelers of college football over the last decade. Tomlin's gets a pass because he doesn't have a losing record. He doesn't have a winning record in the playoffs. He didn't have close to it in the playoffs. They do not do well in the playoffs. It feels like a lot like Penn State, but I'm not huge into it. I hear a lot being in Penn State country. Like, literally. I mean, my wife's drinking a beer. It's like White Out or something like that. Or it's gained. It's like the Penn State beers out here. Like, the breweries make Penn State beers. Again, congratulations, Jeremy. You're a big Notre Dame fan. And they get to keep all that money because they're not in conference. So, it's wild. Listen, I messaged a friend of mine. Actually, the guy I always room with if I'm not with Jason at National. His name's Corey. He's been an official for a lot of college football. And I always give him a hard time because I say the NFL is better than college. And he says, I said last night, I was like, all right, the playoff is cool. And he goes, yeah, but they got a lot to fix. And it sounds like a commissioner's on the precipice of happening because they need to. I said, well, what do you mean the Bulls are awesome? He's like, yeah, but the tournament's awesome. He goes, yeah, but they need salary cap. They need fix this transfer portal. It needs fixed. So I agree. It went from 0 to 100 real quick, right? But what are y'all doing? You can't listen. It's halftime. You can't be too quiet. Notre Dame doesn't need any more money. Chris, I dare you to find a person who doesn't at least want more money. Notre Dame can always use more money, but you're right. It's crazy. Penn State's redoing their entire stadium. I heard they got $200 million in just alumni donations. 200 million. I want to double check. I gotta see it here. How much did Penn State alumni donate for new stadium? It's insane. This is just alumni. Okay. What did I say? 2 million? 5 million gift. 5 million from just one couple, Frank and Jennifer Marzano. That's just one person. Another one announced a $1 million gift. They got, what did I say, 200? They got 66 million in donations as of 8 days ago. So I said 200, 66 million. Still, it's insane. In donations. That's crazy. It's just crazy money. They're like, yeah, here's 5 million. Here's $1 million. Make it look cool. I'm sure that's what you have to do to get the suites and the boxes and stuff. Yeah, well, he owns Nike too, right? It's true, though. I mean, they go somewhere. So it is cool, though. I think that's cool. I would say that's the one thing that makes college a little more special and connected than the pros is that alumni status. That way they, that stay connected to their roots. And that's cool. Yeah, Jeremy, I don't blame you, man. And what's cool about it, it's the first tournament. You're a first. First one to get to the finals of the tournament. If you win, first to win it, right? It's crazy. It is really. I think the tournament's going to bring a lot of new viewership and stuff. I'm curious to see the numbers when it's all said and done. All right, let's get into ripping. I know that's what you're here for, but I got to tell you, it's been 7 full days since I was with you guys last, and a lot has happened since then. I wasn't gone just hanging around. Of course, we had we ripped after New Year's, but I did the card show, and then I came home. That's a whole vibe. I'll get into the card show, and it's a lot of work to do. I recommend this to everyone. Go do a card show if you can, but just know it's a ton of work. It really is a shit ton of work. Not preparing for it, doing it, setting up, and then cleaning up and putting everything away and reorganizing everything. It's a lot of work, but it's worth every second of it. LeBron never went to OSU, but donates pretty big money. Yeah, you know what? That's cool too, because he stayed in touch with his roots in Ohio, from Akron, right? Saw him play in high school. Where was it? That was in Trenton, New Jersey at the primetime shootout. Him versus Carmelo Anthony in high school. That was wild. But yeah, he does do a nice job with that. Listen. I know the guy donates a ton of money, and he probably does a ton of good things. That's not ever been my problem with LeBron. It's a lot more of his. some of the things that come out of his mouth and the way he acts on the court. And that was not the case. He used to be my favorite player. So it's not like I just never liked LeBron. But yeah, that to the point of the money. I mean, they don't. Everyone's always like, oh, they have tons of money. What's $1 million to them? Okay. When's the last time one of us just randomly was like, hey, let me pay for your soda at the gas station. Let me take care of without it being that thing where you pull through the drive-thru and everyone's like, next man up, you pay the person behind you. Like, when did you randomly ever donate? We might give our change at the register, and I'm calling myself out on this. We might give our change at the register, or we might round up and do that. But they give millions of dollars. It's not nothing. I hate that when people are like, hey, there's Troy Franklin. I hate that when people say, oh yeah, but they have a ton. Well, they don't have to give it. With the that's a good point. We brought that up. And Chris, to Jonathan Felton's point, with NIL, and my father-in-law said that tonight, Felton. He's like, they get $20 million for last night's game or whatever. He's like, that's NIL money. They can buy a player with that. They can buy a couple players with that. And that is the difference. So the money will run dry. The coffers will start to dry up as they start to pay these NIL. So it is different than it has been in the past. And that's a good point, Felton. Jalen Ford out of 249. Nice card there. I believe he's playing right now, correct? Or is he in the league? I have to look. A lot of these are in the league, but there's NIL. So he's probably in the league already. I have to look. Josh Jacobs. Riley Leonard. He's still playing, isn't he? Troy Franklin. He'll be playing this weekend. Hey, there we go. Xavier Legette out of 149. So, I want to get into the card show a little bit because I haven't seen you since then. Not really what, Felton? I'm sorry, I am following chat and I am watching you. Sometimes it's just a delay, so I'm not sure what your reference there. So I want to get into the card show real quick and just tell you guys that... you're right. Spread across all sports. 20 million is not a lot spread across all sports. Maybe. But who knows where all that really goes, I'm sure they have a lot of bills that we don't know about. So what I love about card shows, and I've said this many times, and this is why I tell you guys to do one. Always go do one. It rejuvenates me in the hobby. I could just talk. There's Jalen Milrow. Talk to people that are the attendees of the card show all day long. It's hard because we had Nathan Long showed up. John Kreischer had a stand there. He's in our group. Nathan Long showed up. Someone came and picked up Noah Thomas. I think it was, came and got cards that we had for him. There's a Mark Brunell out of 149, purple cracked. But, so this show is very different. I sold a lot more singles than I ever have. Like when I do the show at the Miller Center, which is more kids, I do a lot of cheaper stuff. In this case, I took a lot of my higher end stuff and did some wheeling and dealing. I saw a guy buy out 3 stands. I got my stand because a guy came in and he bought someone's stand for $20K straight out. He's like, how much you want for everything? I know the guy very well. I show up to the show. He goes, hey, you can have my tables. It's a better situation. Like he gave me all these tables. And I was like, for real? Because I just sold all my stuff for $20,000. Adrian Peterson out of 199. And there's DJ Lagway out of 99. I'm gonna get OSU entire NIL payout was $20 million. You think the 9s and 10s everywhere would do up the money helps too. OSU entire NIL spread across all sports. Swimming takes a lot of NIL money. My son plays both art. Coach Schaefer's son. All right, I'm sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. I think we'll get more information. Listen, think about it. NIL is what? We're going the 2nd or 3rd year for NIL. What is it? There's Johnny Manziel, Travis Kelce Silver, and Davis Brin. I have to look this one up. Why would they leave their work at Enterprise for $50K? So the big kicker on this, Tyler, is now, and we will get back to the card show, but the big kicker is now with the JUCO rule. They can go play junior college for 2 years, develop, get better, hit the transfer portal, and go to the school that's willing to give them NIL. Essentially, pimp themselves out, free agency themselves, and go to a place that's even to say, all right, we can't pay you a ton, but we'll give you $100K. I mean, it is going to absolutely change college sports. This is NIL, Georgia Southern. And I think we talked about this the other day, Tyler, especially positions that don't tend to pay well in college. Think about running backs, right? Running backs are no longer getting drafted in the first round. So they're not getting day one paychecks, right? They're just not. They're not getting day one paychecks. And even their second contracts have really deflated because they're a liability, right? 3-4 years in the league, we've seen it. Running backs last 6-7 years. So they go through their first 4-year contracts as a rookie. They're on their second contract. They know it might be their last one. They want money, but they don't get it because people are worried, right? But a lot of times running backs' biggest contract is their second contract. They have their rookie, their second. But, like, dude, stay in college if you can make good money. So I do think we're going to learn a lot as we go through the process, honestly. But I'm gonna switch it up for a little bit here off the NIL as the game's back on. And I don't know if you noticed, I kind of moved my mobile TV in here. Can you see it a little bit? You know, accidentally. Can you see the TV? Quinshon Judkins out of 149. So my favorite thing about the card show is obviously interacting with people. I get to see some guys in the group. I think I saw a total of 6 guys in our group there through various, like, either setup, shopping, came to see me specifically. Vince Young, Red Wave there. Mason Smith Silver and George Holani. Ooh, do we have another NIL? But again, in-person interaction, I would say my least favorite thing about the hobby right now is the online message boards, right? I do not like how much hatred and division about cards there are. People who ask a simple question and people just rail them over, rake them over the coals, or someone that's like just a miserable person who wants to be like, yeah, like collect, like even people are like, oh, unlicensed trash. Like, let people collect what they want, right? If you don't like it, it's fine. I get it. But like when you go to a show, different strokes for different folks. I'm telling you, this goes out to the Seahawks, by the way. Not numbered. There are guys who want on license who specifically seek it out, which I think is awesome. There are guys where they'll like, I wish that was like in Panini, or I wish that was in Topps. It's a really nice card. Had a Tyson Bagent card. Met a guy who sacked him in college, right? He's like, he only collect linebackers cards, right? Because he was a linebacker in college. So I was like, he's like, I kind of want this. I was like, dude, I'll give it to you for like $10. He's like, I want a license. And I was like, I get it. I do. So he bought like a Luke Kuechly auto. He bought some other stuff. But it was funny because other guys who come up, that they want that. They're like, do you have any? I like to buy the lower end ones or the unlicensed ones because I get a better deal. On online, it feels like it's just an argument all the time. But generally, even people who don't like it at card shows is like, no, it's a nice card. I just don't collect it. There's not that animosity, that like hatred. There's a Quinn Ewers. There's not that, oh, there we go. Jackson Dart with the snake skin. And we have not pulled a color blast out of this yet. We have pulled an on-campus, Jimmy. We have pulled an on-campus, but we have not pulled a color blast yet. Not, I don't think guaranteed every case, but, obviously I have faith that we'll get one. Luke Lachey. Here we go. How about a Cameron Ward Silver and a Sam Hartman going out to the Skins, or the Commanders, if you will, out of 99. That goes out to you, Jimmy. So one of the things I said about going to the card show is, man, I don't do enough with singles, right? We don't. We do breaks. I love opening cards. I sold a lot of boxes. People opening the boxes there. Got to enjoy even like blasters, mega stuff. Love seeing people just enjoy opening. So I was like, but I feel like I have so many singles I'd like to like have you guys see. So the closest thing to a card show is Whatnot. I've learned that over the last few days. That's kind of what I'm getting at. and I'll probably dive back into the card show conversation a little bit. But all leading up to, let's check real quick. Let me take a pause here. Chargers 82% to 18%. I want to do the next game. You guys want to know my upset special for playoffs? Wow, that's like a big swing. 82% charge. I get it. I agree with you guys. But I thought you guys would be closer on that. The spread's on like 3 points. All right, next game up is going to be this is well, I'll just tell you now. This is my upset special. I think the Steelers win this game. They're 9.5-point underdogs. I'm going to tell you this to play it like cautionary, like to play a little precautiously. I'm going to go adjusted line Steelers plus 3.5 to hedge my bet, but I am betting on it. But I do think they upset. I think there's a good chance they do. And here's why. I think Zay Flowers takes away a little bit of that Ravens offense. I think Steelers are one of the teams that can actually stop Derrick Henry in the AFC. I think that you see George Pickens work for his next contract. Russell Wilson has been there and has won before, multiple playoff games, and has been to a Super Bowl before. I think that there's a lot of reasons why 9.5 is a ridiculous line for this game. So, and I know Russ had a defense with Seattle. It's the whole thing. He has a defense with Pittsburgh. He didn't need to do a lot with Seattle, right? He just had to be Russ. That's it. He wasn't good then either, Jamie. Everyone thought he was, but I always said that. I remember saying, like, Russ was a great fourth quarter, chuck it down the field, hope and pray he gets lucky. Pickens will save him. Pickens will save him this week. This is Pickens' last stand, right? Pickens' last stand to get a contract. Because he has done nothing but pout, throw a fit, get in fights with fans, get in fights with players, sit on the sidelines. Dude, no one's going to pay that man. Cautionary tale. Antonio Brown, cautionary tale. Chase Claypool, cautionary tale. Deontay Johnson. A team is not going to continue to make the same mistakes with these receivers coming out of Pittsburgh. They're not. They're not going to do it. They're not going to give him contracts, and Pickens wants to go somewhere. I don't know if he has an agent or if he's one of those guys that is like, I don't need an agent unless he gets thrown out. You're not wrong. And best believe the Ravens dudes on D are going to be getting under his skin. So I'm hoping the coaches, his friends, his teammates, his agents are in his ear going, shut the hell up and play football. Every catch you make could be millions of your next contract. Shut up and play football. He gets kicked out. He might be lucky to get like a 2-year mid-range deal. He goes in and wins that game against the Ravens and has 2 touchdowns, which I'm betting, by the way. Pickens 2 touchdowns is one of my bets tomorrow. Don't tell me and then be mad at me. But I'm telling you, I'm betting money on Pickens to score 2 TDs tomorrow. There's a Cameron Ward. Bucky Irving. Man, I missed you guys. It's been a while. There's Austin Reed, not numbered. But I think that's going to be key if they win is Pickens has to have a good game. The defense has to hold Henry. Pickens has to have a good game. Russ has to just be Russ. He doesn't have to be anything more or anything less. Just be Russ. I know that sounds loaded, right? But that's true. That's all it has to be. Russell Wilson. This goes out to the Chicago Bears. But I do think it's going to be the game of the playoffs. Now, we'll get into the Bills game. I am not putting the Bills like as a gimme game. We'll get into that. So don't be like, yeah, but the Bills could lose the Broncos. Yes, they could. It could be an upset there too, but I'm not picking that as my upset. Reggie Wayne out of 75 and Bernie Kosar red. I saw that, Jamie. I saw who's he taking? Is he taking his daughter to the game? That's awesome, man. Good for him. I mean, listen, I pray that the Ravens fans leave him and his kid alone and let them enjoy the game. I worry for that in playoffs. Baltimore fans aren't very nice. Sorry, Baltimore fans, you're not. You're getting a Philly reputation going, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just from my animosity towards Ravens a little bit. Braylon Allen, Caleb Downs, Jake Plummer, and Jesse Armstead. Quinshawn Judkins, we'll get back to that. Keon Coleman, baby. Jared Verse, that's going to be numbered out of 25. He is going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. All signs point to that. Who's got the Rams? Richard. Are you asking me or being smart, Jamie? About them? Are you saying about them, the fans? 15 out of 25. Jared Verse, probably Defensive Rookie of the Year. Very nice card there. I'm going to get back to my... woo! Look at this! Out of 249, Cameron Ward to the NIL spot. It's got to be the Browns, right? Let's get some news quick. I'm sure you all heard it, speaking of the Browns. Deshaun Watson is done. Was it Achilles or ACL, something? Oh, yeah, you think so. His daughter's going with him. Oh, okay. Deshaun Watson done. Does it go down as the worst contract in sports history or just football history? Deshaun Watson guaranteed, what did he play, 8 games total? None of them were good. He won't play again. I mean, it's his second surgery in a year. Does it go down as the worst contract in sports history? Edgar and Cooper... out of 199 going out to the Green Bay Packers. That game's coming up yet to vote on yet, too. We got 9 votes. Come on, we got 17 people in here. Steelers or Ravens? Yeah, they still have to pay him. I think it goes down as the worst deal in sports history. I do. But my point is they have the second pick in the draft, right? So if Shedeur Sanders... or Travis Hunter go first, he's got to go second to the Browns, right? It's definitely the worst football contract. I can't think of another contract that was that bad. Maybe some bad trades, which, think about it. It wasn't just the contract that was bad. What they gave up for him is insane. Factor that in. So let's combine the deal with the money. It's the worst deal in sports history. They give up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, right? Jordan Love, Dylan Raiola, Brock Bowers. A lot of people say he should be winning Rookie of the Year. It's not going to happen. Sorry to tell you guys. But, I mean, great season. I do wish they would do Rookie of the Year and offensive. Like, I know it is offensive Rookie of the Year, defensive Rookie of the Year. But I wish it would do, like, quarterback and positional. I feel like quarterbacks should have I mean, and theoretically, Brock should be, like, rookie MVP and rookie offensive player of the year. They need to add that in or something because Ollie Gordon out of 199, so many years we've seen that where 2 players are justified to win it. Max Crosby, I'm still an advocate that I think Lamar and Josh could be co-MVPs. I don't know what that means for betting. Jack Westover, and hey, there we go. My son's new favorite team. Chris, thank you again for sending him that came today. He is so fired up. He's carried his Vikings mug around everywhere. Real question is, what's going to happen with this? Levitt, you got it. McCarthy with the smiley. Let me go get my other stand. At the time, though, you got to admit you thought it was going to turn the Browns around. I thought that the player itself would do well with the Browns. I never thought that was I don't like guaranteed money. Jason and Upchurch and I talk about it all the time. I think guaranteed money is the same thing as when they pay guys right before the season starts. It's like a death sentence for quality play. Hold on, I'll be right back. In my opinion, it is a death sentence for quality play. It's like, what's the purpose? Like, and I think that's why you see guys like kind of hanging around. They show up for games. That's not it. They show up for games, but are they really there mentally, physically? Watson was great in Houston. Listen, he beat the Buffalo Bills the first year they made the playoffs. Was that the 18? I think it was with Josh Allen. Not the first year. They made it in 17. They made it back in 18 with Josh and beat them. And it was like a wild finish. It was Deshaun Watson that won that game. Yeah, I really did think, oh, we got points here, but that's all right. Joe Melton, he took so much flack. He took so much heat for winning that game. The guy's like, what do you want me to do? Go out and lose? I'm not doing it. I love him for that. I like the guy. I think he should have been starting more this year before they put Drake May in. Would they start with Brissett? James Cook's over, and we got 250 points. We'll have to random that. Lamar Jackson. Brock Bauer is brilliant. There's a Roger Staubach out of 199 and a Jalen Polk red. We have one more box to go, guys. Don't go anywhere. But I'm loving talking. And real quick, while I'm doing this box, I'm going to not squirrel too much. But I was talking about the card show, and I want to finish up that thought real quick. Love doing the singles there. Love talking with people about cards. Love seeing what people were looking for. And for that reason, and in order to maybe rip some stuff that we don't always fill in the group, we are going to be going on Whatnot. I think we're going to do it Monday, our first show. Very simple, very basic, nothing big to start. I'll be inviting all of you guys. It won't be a private show, but we'll just be doing some singles, talking, hanging out. I'm hoping to schedule it from 4 to 7 on Monday for the show, before the football game, before the Vikings game. So please come join if you can, if you're available Monday when you get off of work or whatever, from 4 to 7. Pre-game a little bit for that Vikings-Rams game that got moved to Arizona. That was on the second box, right? Yeah. So I'm super pumped to do that, mostly because I get to talk a little bit differently about cards. We'll be doing some different shows. The first show is going to be kind of a hodgepodge, just kind of an introductory. We'll do some single sales. We might do some pack sales. We might do some serial numbers. I have to kind of plan it out. But we're going to dive in, hopefully, and just enjoy that. I'll be making an official announcement for that tomorrow. Dude, I got to tell you a really quick, funny story, Rich. I've been watching Whatnot like crazy. Just seeing what I like, what I don't like. I've never really watched it. I've perused. I've hopped in a show or two where people ask me to be present, of friends of mine or someone who was going to do one, people I know. Yeah, I'll hop in. But and the breaks and singles, people are so very, very, very different. But I'll say this: I hate go, hit it, chat, blah, 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 blah. So I'm listening, and I had it on a channel that I had on for a minute before my son comes down, and my 9-year-old son comes down, and he goes, "What is that?" I said, "It's Whatnot. It's something that he's going to try out." He's like, "That guy's annoying." My 9-year-old, who watches the most obnoxious YouTube videos, the most annoying shit in the world, is like, "That's annoying." I'm like, "You're right, buddy. It is." And I was like, I wanted to watch it. The guy had some good cards he was putting up, and I kind of wanted to maybe bid on some. I couldn't listen to it. It was so bad. It was so bad. So bad. Ravens 82%. Steelers 18%. So you guys aren't buying my upset special. Really? We ended both games 82-18. That's wild. You know what game's up next? We'll save it for the mixer. Well, see, I didn't really watch the breaks. I watched single sales. That's Rich. You're not the first person that said that. Good for you, Paxton. I noticed that. But to be fair, he watches stupid YouTube videos. So I'm like, dude, maybe you got to say that to your own stuff too. But I will say this, Seth. I don't mind people getting excited over a $3 card. I watch guys pull individual guys at a show open a blaster, maybe pull a CJ Stroud rookie out of Prizm. They were pumped, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've said this many, many times. the internet and breaks online desensitize us to the excitement of cards. Because we see them everywhere. Every channel has one. There's Facebook, whatnot, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. However, I don't like when guys build up a card for the sake of overselling and lying to their customers or their viewers or the new people who don't know. That bothers me. But there's nothing wrong, as a Brady Cook, with getting excited over a card. To each their own, right? Like, what excites us might not excite someone else, and what excites them might not excite us. Nothing wrong with that. Jatavion Sanders out of 149. But when people do it to upsell a card, oh, this card's worth $300. I'm going to sell it start the auction at 150. It's like, you're a liar. You're not excited. You're a liar. Or, oh, great pull. That'll cover your spot. And da-da-da. No, it doesn't. Don't lie to them. Because then they're going to go find out. And why people allow that to happen, I don't know. But Beckham out of 299. 199. My bad. Beckham out of 199. There are good deals on there, though. They're very hard to find. Here we go. Out of 25. Latu. Out of 25. Another Hyper Mojo or whatever. I think it's called Hyper Mojo or Hyper. Yeah. No, you're right. Seth, I will say this. 85 to 95% of the people on there are obnoxious. There are some very cool people on there, though. And that's what I was talking to Jason about. There's a Kate Stover Silver. And Braden McGregor from Michigan. That's numbered out of 149. Now, those good channels, they don't oversell their cards. They don't have to. They don't. Because those cards oversell themselves. They put it up. They shut their mouths. They talk about cards. And they'll say, hey, really nice card. It is. And then they have 600 viewers in there fighting to get that card. And, that's the way it should be. If someone wants to pay for it that way and go about it that way and have it immediately as opposed to waiting 7 days for an auction, there's nothing wrong with that. Card shows do it too. Some people pay more to see the card in person. They're willing to say, I'll take that right now. This goes out to the Jets. Oh yeah, it's not a good way to make money. I've heard that Whatnot will tell you, you won't make money for the first 6 to 12 months. They tell you that. They do. But it's a way to, I think it's a unique way to connect on that's what I was saying initially. It's a unique way to connect in a different way. I can't sell singles on here. We have 16 viewers now. I'm hoping that by doing this, we have a way to connect, not just for opening cards, because that's not for everyone, although we will do some of that. It's a way to connect doing singles. I have a lot of stuff that it's not super, I'm not necessarily saying super valuable stuff. I might say, hey, what do you guys want to see tonight? I'm trying to connect more with PC people because I realized it's made me want to have a card shop. It's been a dream of my dad's. It's been a dream of mine since I was little. We have a few around here. I go to them all the time. Speaking of my dad, his favorite quarterback. There's another card out of 25. That is our third Mojo. I think that's a Mojo or Hyper out of 25. I forget what they're called. But that's our third out of 25. The Latu, the Jalen Daniels, and the Jared Verse Defensive Rookie of the Year, probably. Wow, nice. Nice boxes. Max Crosby out of 299. Yeah, Jimmy, and what I like, I've seen some cool progressives, and what I was saying about this is getting more of the, getting more of the PC things in. If someone's like, hey, I like this player, I like this team, and as they're bidding, if people are bidding, adding cards, I really like that. I've seen that with Bills cards, because I'll go in and say, you got any Bills? And they're like, yeah. And they'll start by saying they'll throw a James Cook and a Keon Coleman. And it goes up to $3. Hey, let's throw in this Jim Kelly. Oh, it keeps going on this Thurman Thomas. And I've seen the progressive. I really like that. Those are guys who are organized, know what they have, willing to give up cards under comps or for good value. There's a Drake May. So that's kind of I've really done my research, just like I did when I started breaking. Derek Stingley and Joe Melton. Is it out of 25? It's our fourth one of the break. Not to get too excited, whatnot, people. Well, Jeremy, and the more I went through that, every person I talked to shows, they're like, I won't get in repacks. I won't get in repacks. And it's funny because we did the baseball one, and they're like, I waited till the fourth one because I wasn't sure they were going to be good. And I think repacks have now gotten such a bad taste. How many of you guys have been in repacks and they've been bad? I know you trust me, Jeremy, but I'm afraid that people are going to see it and be like, nah, it scares them off. We do it on this page before we would do it on there. But it's hard because so many people have ripped people off on repacks They have now turned, in my opinion, and gone the other way. Pick your choice, got it. So I saw 4. That's a good point, Seth. I think that's why people use the stands. So whatever's on the stand is what's for sale. So, Seth, that's a good... thank you. I appreciate that advice. I didn't really think about, like, oh, there we go, big score. But no, I appreciate that. Anyone else have any tips? I'm very, very, very interested in more advice. Like I said, I spent the last week, we haven't been breaking, getting packages out, getting everything shipped out. I had to do all the swords, clean up from the card show. So it's been crazier. But while I was doing all that and trying to catch up on life, I've been watching Whatnot in the background and listening and kind of trying to get involved that way. We have a goal coming up. Should be out of 10. Terrian Arnold, Dak Prescott, Chad Ochocinco, Drake May Brilliance, Blake Corum, Michael Irvin, 8 out of 10. That's going to be for Dallas. Jimmy, you got a gold out of 10. This has been a nice 3-box break. Yeah, but you can't really do that, Chris, because you have to set the auction up ahead of time. So, like, you can't, I don't know if you can change it as you go. I'm sure you can. Like I said, I'm still learning on my side. But that's why you see, like, auction number 21, auction number 22. And they video everything. So, like, they can clip that segment. I've tried to really learn, but you're right. It doesn't hurt to do that if I have a planned show. But that makes it harder to do, like, progressives and things like that. I don't like the pushy people. The go, 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 now, hit it. That's annoying. Like, don't pressure people. You know, it's all right to be like, hey, you know, I've seen the sudden deaths, and I've seen the, like, reset the timer thing. I like both styles. I feel like you... Holy shit! Michael Penix! My goodness, a McCarthy, a Joe Melton out of 25, and a Michael Penix, Atlanta Falcons, going out to who has the Falcons? Christie. Was that on a trade too? I gotta see. I don't think it was it? I don't think they got traded. I had to see it because there was 2 trades. I feel like maybe it was, but... Oh, I'm in the wrong break. Were the Falcons a trade? It was a trade? Was it with you, Seth? I got to take the Jared Verse out of 25 down. And that's a Beckham out of 299. Pats, Falcons, Drake May, Penix. All right, fair enough. There's still some Drake Mays in here. You can't get a Drake May auto, but you can get the numbered stuff and some really nice stuff. If that Drake May would have been out of 10, it's as good of an auto in a lot of products of like on license where you can get him. Yeah, it's not a bad trade. It's not at all. Oh, we have a redemption. Go ahead. Go ahead, peeps. Go ahead, chat. I hate that. If I ever do that, I don't like, I hate, like, it's so non-personal. Marvin Harrison, Nate Wiggins out of 199. And how about a Keon Coleman? All right, Paxadilio. Chris, he has to work for that yet. That's a nice Keon Coleman. Who got the Bills? Joe Thompson. Nice card. Listen, either way, this box was wild, wasn't it? I mean, look at this back row back here. J.J. McCarthy, Joe Melton, Michael Penix. I mean, come on. Nice. Like, that's what's up. That they highlight the questions on Whatnot. What do you mean, Chris? Listen, when I say I've been watching it, I've been listening a lot. I've been busting my ass to get everything out. All right, get the redemption guesses in. Last chance for redemption guesses. I'll get the... And we got a Sam Hartman, which is obviously not one of the big names, but Jalen Dan. Look at these, like Jatavion Sanders. So much color. Snakeskin Jackson Dart. GJ Lagway. Like, dude, that's a wild 3-box break. All right. Draft picks, autographs, autographs, all guesses are off for the credit. Card 57. Latu, someone got it. Corey Kelly with the $5 credit. Love it. Listen, for the record, guys, Corey Kelly's not even in the break. You don't have to be. Guys, you can come in, and if you're not in the break, come in and guess redemptions. Come guess one-on-ones. Jamie does it a lot. I have no issues with it. I want people in here. I would appreciate that you guys be involved in chat. Usually Corey is. Sometimes he might know it's best to stay out of chat. So either way, I like people like in here chatting, listening to my nonsense, being engaged when you see fit, as long as you're being semi-positive. It goes out to the Indianapolis Colts, right? Indianapolis Colts. Going to Marcus, credit to Corey. $5 credit for you, Corey. Redemption, $5 credit. He is very good. And I think the reason is, Chris, is he watches a lot of breaks. He watches a lot of breaks. So that will help. You'll see what gets pulled more often than not. Guys, I got to tell you, remember, 3-box breaks, 22 a spot. I know that not everyone likes college. I get it. This, to me, has been the deal of breaks this year. Like, there have been much nicer products. There are much more high-value products. But, like, I'm about to recap this. At 22 a spot, it's a good value. I'm not overselling it. Listen, I'm really not. I'm not trying. And we have 2 more boxes to do. I might do a multi-year. I've even thought about buying some more. This one felt a lot slower than I would be comfortable with doing it. But I do think there's opportunity here. All right. No, we were talking about that the other day, Seth. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for hanging out. We have another mixer yet tonight. You can see it in the background there. I'm also thinking about putting up last year's Pure yet tonight. How much time's left in this game? It's been behind me the whole time. But cheers to you guys. End of the season fantasy. We only had 3 people. I messaged them all today and said we're moving it to a Super Bowl contest because we only had 3 that filled. I wasn't going to run playoff fantasy with 3 people. Oh, you mean the fantasy prizes? I have all of you. There's 4 of you out here. I have packages. The only packages that did not ship are Pete Fuller. I sent out over 100 packages. Not yesterday. I didn't know the post office was closed yesterday. They were all labeled. Called my guy at the post office. Said, hey, I have a pickup for you. He goes, not today, you don't. It was for the National Day morning. I completely forgot. They all did go out today, though. He came and picked them up. So every package went out except for Pete, Slam, Carl, Doug, Josh Blanchard, and Chris Bertrand. Because I have to hit you guys in chat. I put away all my card show stuff today. You're going to get a message to pick from boxes or credit. And then Christine, John, and Stevener, and Seth Anderson, you're going to be getting credit. You'll get a message about that. So, Slam, I'm sorry, I wasn't acknowledging you. But I have it right here. There's only 8 packages or 6 packages left. Christine's yours went out. Stevener, yours went out. Anderson's yours went out. And Bertrand and Blanchard, I don't think you had anything to send. So it's just Carl, Slam, Pete, and Doug. Your 4 are here still. Maybe Bertrand, yours might be here still, actually. So, all right, cheers to you guys. I am finally caught up. It's been a few days. It's been some wild days here. Me? It's the most organized I've been. Look at that. How often do I pull those up? Am I organized, know what's going on? But, man, I just put I honestly on-taped my boxes from the show today. And that's the only thing. I tell everyone to do a show, but I always say it is a lot of work. Putting away boxes took me 3 hours today. All right, here we go. Harrison, May. Oh, we're not going to go through all these. But listen, Kate Stover. That probably should get top-loaded here. That's a silver rookie. A bunch of nice stuff. out of 3 boxes. Here's some of our color. Some of it. Nate Wiggins out of 199. Keon Coleman just a red. Max Crosby out of 299. Ollie Gordon out of 199. Reggie Wayne out of 75. Cameron Ward, silver rookie prospect or rated prospect. Quinshon Johnson, the 149. Mark Brunell out of 149. Jalen Ford out of 249. Here's some of our other really, really nice numbered cards. And this has been the best 3-box break yet. We had the first one was nice. The next 2 were not so great. This is by far our best. We had the DJ Lagway. Let me do this here. DJ Lagway trophy hunting out of 99. How about a Jackson Dart snakeskin? With the Cameron Ward numbered out of 249. Jatavion Sanders out of 149. Latu out of 25. Jalen Daniels out of 25. Michael Irvin out of 10. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse out of 25 for the Rams. Richard, nice card. We had the red autograph Latu for Indianapolis. We will do our $2 $5 hitless credits here. And we're just doing the hitless credits. I'm not doing spots until I organize what I'm doing, because I want to see if we're going to do like a squares thing. Don't worry, I'll come back and hit this for random. I want to see what we're doing. If I'm going to give multiple spots or just one. But these 3 guys will be a part of that contest. But we will do the $2 $5 hitless credits today. Braden McGregor for the Jets. Any breaks we do from now up to the Super Bowl will be eligible for spots in the giveaway. Don't worry. If I don't random it up now, I promise. It's just a matter if I go back and random a spot from each break or multiple spots. I'm trying to decide if I want to do fantasy or do it as squares. And if we do a square board, that's you win spots for. So that's something that I'm still kind of trying to figure out. A lot of moving pieces. Edgar and Cooper out of 199 going to the Green Bay Packers. Austin Reed for the Chicago Bears, Jason Mello. Sam Hartman for the Washington Commanders, Jimmy Swanson. And by the way, Tracy, Sean, and Greg, if you're watching, I got all your responses today. I appreciate you guys being flexible with that and understanding. You guys were awesome. Seattle, George Halani. And then, I forgot this one too. Let's go to this one. Davis Brin for the undrafted NIL spot. And then we had the Xavier Legette for Carolina out of 149 going out to John. Nice card, John. John opened a box of Onyx at the show. I don't know if you saw the picture, but he opened a box of Onyx, got an on-card Jalen Waddle autograph and an on-card Eli Manning autograph. I had it down to $25 for the box. I don't know, Seth. We'll see. We'll see. I liked what we did at New Year's. We did a couple smaller ones, but I've always been that way. J.J. McCarthy draft picks autographs for the Minnesota Vikings. Corey, I have a question for you. My son wants to know. You know he's getting into the Vikings. He came down with his cup today and said, "What does skull mean?" My brother asked too. I said, "It's just what they say. Like, I think it's like, let's go, is it? Or like, what does skull mean?" Joe Melton out of 25 for the New England Patriots going to a PC guy. Jason Mello, you got him in the random? You traded. That's right. Oh, that's cool. So you did give up the McCarthy, but get a Melton out of 25. Who knows? Who knows? Weirder things have happened. And Michael Penix for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, before we do the $5 hitless credits, I took second, however, the friend is. Oh, wow. Chris, are you saying that's terrible to Christine? So, like, they're just not paying out? This is the first year in over a decade I didn't get into a final. Like, I feel it. It hurt. It was hard. It was hard to not have any contest to watch. Although, it was just weird from start to finish. So, is it? I got to reevaluate my approach in drafts because I can't do the 0 QB, 0 RB approach and just go running backs, tight ends. I did not like it. Or just go wide receiver, tight ends. Means cheers. Yep. So it's interesting. People don't like that I do it this way, but I have a league, a dynasty league. Some don't mind, but there's a few guys that wish I didn't do it this way. We wait till the season's over, and then everyone sends their money, their entry fee, to the person. So if whoever wins first, like 4 of the guys send it to the winner, then 3 of the guys send it to the winner. We take out the high scores. The reason I do that is, I said, if I hold all the money and something happens to me, like, who am I to hold all your money? Plus, I don't feel like, if I have a league that I trust everyone, who am I to not trust them to pay me any more than they are to trust me to hold the money? I have, it's hard for me to want to hold $1,200 of people's money. It's not what, I guess it's part of being in a league and being a commissioner. I don't like being responsible for that much cash. Atlanta Falcons is going to get to 250 points. You already had something. Yeah, I said if it was all local, Slam, I would do that. I hate taking it on digital payments because you forget sometimes. I don't mind it when it's local and it's cash. I really don't. But these people are like, we're all in different parts of the country. So, and I don't like people sending cash any more than someone has to. Yeah, and I have one, but it's just one of those things where, so we had 10 unique teams hitting this. So I had someone actually started an account because he runs 3 leagues, so he started a bank account just for fantasy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Dallas Cowboys, Arizona Cardinals. So Jimmy Swanson and Chris Taylor, Arizona, where they're playing the game this week. Yeah, it is one, but they take like 10% or like 8% or something. My brother said that. He's like, why don't you just use this? I was like, because they take 8%. I mean, if we'll vote on it for next year, I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, Chris, there's that too. See, with me, I report everything I get in for like payments for this. So like at the end of the year, I just take everything I got in on Venmo and everything I got in on PayPal. If there's fantasy stuff on that, I pay on that, right? I don't draw that out. It's just I don't. So it becomes reported then, and it shouldn't be. It's not my money. I pay it back out. So, all right, Slam, stay busy. Get that money, man. Be safe, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. League safe. That's what it's called. How much percentage do they take? Man, I honestly, guys, I love you. This is awesome. I really, really get rejuvenated doing shows, but I missed you guys during the show. Wish I could take you guys with me. On the next show, February 1st, guys, just a heads up, we will be doing, the plan is, I should say, to be doing Whatnot live during the show. So, not that we'll be selling the whole time, but I'm hoping to have someone running Whatnot at the show so you guys can both see the show, maybe be a part of the show. That's the plan. One of the things I've been working on conceptually. I don't know if anyone else has done that or if that's something people do, but that's something I want to be able to do to bring you into the show with me. Yeah, Corey, if you know what the fee is on that, I mean, I could probably easily look it up. Oh, so the people depositing do it. I like that. I'm probably going to use that. League save. All right. All right, guys. Come in on the next break, and we'll finish up the Sunday games at least. Actually, we'll do the rest of the playoffs games, all right? You can see it in the background there. I'll be back in 10, 15 minutes.